Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 14, Week 3, Day 7. So today, of course, we're going to be finishing up the good old faction event. I think we actually only have to do one more set. Every other event, I believe, is finished, thanks to our guild, oddly enough. So we'll be able to go claim that. Next week we do have Guild Wars, but on top of that, we have quite a few other things to go over. Before we do, hello everyone! Hello Bill, hello Lester, hello Imperial, hello Maximus, hello Shadow, hello Cookie, hello Renaus, welcome. Hope all you guys had a wonderful weekend. So, first things first, let's go and start with the main things. Let's go to the official forum. And by that I actually mean latest news, because for whatever reason, using this browser, that page is very broken. So we got Big Bone, and a Stormheim event, and also, gosh, the the trial for next week is very absurdly annoying. We were looking at it last night, and oh gosh, that's going to be a nightmare. But anyways, we'll get to that in a second. But first, we have a new brown-purple troop coming into the game. Undead Giant. Ends up dealing some damage to an enemy, and if the enemy is death-marked, it deals double damage. And then creates 2 death-marked gems. Of course, death-marked gem is the mechanic of the season, and they haven't really added it to too many troops, so this is another thing that ends up getting it. Overall, not particularly useful. It's just too much condition to bother doing something that's relatively average. You can have Mana Starter off of Titan within the same kingdom synergy, but most things from that kingdom don't already have a way to do Death Mark, so it's not like you're going to have synergy in that regard, so unfortunately, not really much you can do. It does have Death Touch, which is okay. Ends up doing Death Mark if you put up the first, or if it's currently the first. Whenever you take Skull, to end up Death Marking them. As far as the World event, it looks like it's just rarity order, so that's nice. Just don't take the Yeti and you're good to go. So nice, very straightforward event week. Also, wait. Team changes. Wonderful. I think they mean for the new event, for the trial. I'm not sure why it says team changes. I think it means trial team changes, but they put down team twice. That sounds like something we'd make as our YouTube title for a stream. The team changes. But I'm pretty sure they mean the trial team changes. We will be changing the player team. Oh, hold up. We might have a chance. To Sapphire Giants. Wait, let's see what this team is. Hold up. They give us Hindla. Oh, we won. It's over. They give us Valkyrie Hindla. Oh, okay. Never mind. Next week's not bad. They saved it. No worries. Enough people complained on the forum that they changed it. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But okay, they saved it for next week. Okay, that's nice. Valkyrie Hindla, I don't even need to know what the other two do. That's enough to win. Valkyrie Hindla is all you need. That's the whole team. But just to double check, what are the other two? I don't even remember. The Sapphire Giants? So what's this team? Let me just go make it real quick. Let's see. I'm going to call this New Stormheim Trial. Well, you know what it means. Doesn't fit the whole thing. Anyways, what is this? It is Hindla. Which that alone, you already won. Valkyrie, which means we super auto won. That's the whole team right there. What are the other two? It said like Sapphire Goat or something? Yeah, Sapphire Goat. Why on Earth? Or Sapphire Giant, never mind. I thought they said Goat. They both start with G. Same, wait, did I spell Sapphire wrong? Oh, it's 2 P's. Sapphire Giant. Deals some damage to an enemy and then converts 5 red gems to blue giant gems. Well, at least he has some score reduction, I guess. I just want to put him further back, but he tanks. That's good enough. And what was the other one? Skymere the Lofty. I have a feeling we're sacrificing him. Skymere... How on earth am I still spelling something wrong? Oh, Skrymer. Really? S-K-R... Is that right now? There he is. Oh yeah, he's that one shieldy guy. Yeah, he doesn't really do much for us. He can keep one thing alive, but he moves it to first. Which means we don't really want him to cast ever. I guess if they can't hit us, we might as well put it there just to tank for Hindla. But yeah, Hindla's the whole team. The main reason why Hindla's kind of huge to have as an option is it deals a bunch of splash damage. And that's the full 50%. And it gets to freeze all affected enemies, which against the team we're up against, I don't think that does as much. But the most relevant thing is it summons a giant. So as long as she doesn't die, you constantly keep getting resummons. And one thing you could do as a desperation play, if it does get low, is you can actually use Skymere to keep her protected. This will force her to first slot, but it gives her barrier and a lot of durability. So if you know she's about to be low, you can kind of do that and move her up. But yeah, honestly, this team seems fine. You don't even need to change the order. And the banner's going to be the double blue one. This one right here, the Stormheim one. But yeah, that'll be the team then. Actually, pretty much in the exact order that they told us. Wait, is that? Wait, what order did they say? They said Sapphire Giant, Valkyrie, Hinla. Yeah, the exact. Oh, no, not quite. You want to put Hinla on last slot. But everything else is the exact same order. You just change the order of these two compared to what they give you as an option. But yeah, this would be the team. You're forced to double blue banner, and it's Sapphire Giant, Valkyrie, Skyrider, Lofty, and Hinla, with your entire team being Valkyrie and Hinla. The other two are just to make sure you don't die, whereas your actual team is just Hinla casting over and over again until you win. And that's pretty much the game plan. You can also try to cheese it and let like your first slot die, like almost run it like this, and then let your first slot die and have it become something better. Because you get to summon any giant, and you can kind of just keep doing that until you get a good giant off of Hinla if you really want to, as there are quite a few better giants than what you have access to on this team. But yeah, that's going to make it substantially easier to do the event next week. So that's really, really nice change. I hope they do that for every single one going forward. I'm not sure why they made the team so bad to begin with. But yeah, if they could just fix that gradually over time, that'd be great. And hey, they're doing it for next week. So next week is no longer like one of the worst kingdoms in the entire game to do it for. So that's a great addition. Anyways, a few other things going on next week. Most noteworthy thing other than that is probably the, well, actually, one of them we can see in game right now. Well, technically two of them. The Kingdom Pass is now only 2 weeks long instead of 5 weeks. So do be mindful that this pass does conclude next week. Make sure to be doing your battles every single day. That's the first thing we're going to do on this stream, and we'll go bring up the timer and everything. But yeah, do make sure to be doing these every single day. You're only allowed to miss 2 days to be able to still get all rewards. So it is quite a bit tighter than before, even though it is completed way quicker, both in how long it takes per day as well as the total duration of only 2 weeks rather than 5. So do make sure to get on that. Anyways, aside from that, we have the... Gosh, I already lost train of thought. But we have the Guild War. So, of course, Guild War, standard Guild War, starts in 6 hours, 45 minutes. You can see it in game already. And that plays out the same way it always does. Just make sure to set pure color defend teams. And, or sorry, not pure color defense teams. Make sure to set unique defend teams and pure color offense teams. Anyways, as far as everything else that we have going on next week, let's start all the way from the bottom. I don't believe it was anything particularly special, because not next week, but the following week is actually a Vault event weekend, unless they change the date. Actually, you can see it right here. Yep, not next week, but the following week. Friday, June 2nd is Vault event weekend, which unfortunately is not next weekend, but the weekend after next weekend. Anyways, as far as next week, we already went over all this. We went over that. So, faction, of course, associated with that, Stormheim. So I'll end up having the faction event for the, oh wait, never mind, this is still the Silver Necropolis one there. But the faction event for Frostfire Keep. The Legendary is actually pretty good. It's basically just better Queen Mab for the most part. Wednesday, we're going to be getting the pet for the Zephyrus' Cloud, which is just a troop that buffs up Zephyrus. Nothing particularly special, however, I think he's only had an event once or 0 times, this pet. I think 1 other time. So a lot of people might not have it maxed, so good time to get some more progress on it. Now that I think about it, do I even have it maxed? Let's see. Pets, Zephyrus. I do not, so hey, more copies. But yeah, it is one of the more recent pets, so a lot more likely to not have it maxed quite yet. Aside from that, what was the other thing? Pet class events, obviously, is a standard one. Good old Titan. If you haven't maxed Titan yet, really good hero class, really well-rounded. Pretty much most well-rounded hero class in the entire game. Great for earlier on in the game. And Friday, we have no event. It's Bounty Hunter. Oh, sorry, no, Bounty Hunter is an event. I thought this said Arena for a second, my bad. Yeah, we have Bounty Hunter. That's pretty good loot. You get a lot for doing it for free. And for 710 gems, you can get it entirely completed, as well as a max troop after using 1 blue orb after you get it ascended to a legend. Which is a little bit of a pricier mode, but you do get 2 major orbs at the end, which of course could be major purples, major blues, pet orbs, the good old silver or gold medals, you know, something like those. So it's a good, consistent way to just get 2 rolls while doing an event. But anyways, that's the whole rundown. Most noteworthy thing being they actually buffed the trial team for next week, and of course, Guild War and the completion of the current Kingdom Pass, which is currently halfway done. Speaking of which, let's go do that right now. Let's go bring up the timer, as I don't actually have it set up at the moment, though it only takes a few seconds to get it rolling. And should be good to go. Put that over there. Rolling. Oh, I'm just going to open 2, aren't I? Is it going to open 3 now? How many is it going to open? You guys will see 1 regardless of how many goes here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, gosh, I hate when it does that. Let's make sure to not accidentally cancel out of the stream, because that'd be a huge fail. I'm not even going to Alt F4 it, just in case I accidentally do the stream itself. There we go. Alright, we have a timer now. It is indeed functioning. It's doing all the things the timer should. Good. There we go. Hello, Chris! Hello, Isabel! Hello, Maximus! Welcome. Okay, let's go and do this already. We're at the halfway point. We're still going to have to do it all next week, but then it's going to be done, which would be nice. So yeah, let's just do it in Mirage. We've just been doing it with quick kill dust level, just to kind of see what kind of times we could end up getting. And so far, it's been averaging, I want to say, around 7.5 minutes. Though we are using one of the quicker teams, of course, using the good old insta-kill Iron Hawk team, which is helping speeding up a little bit, about 50% compared to Rowan. So getting a little bit increase there. I'd assume the Rowan average is like maybe 10 minutes? 10, 11 minutes, somewhere around there. What changed about the Epic Trials? Oh, they basically changed every troop, so it's actually not horrible. Every troop that is now an option for the next trial is actually good. With the most noteworthy thing being that we have Hinla, which in itself is pretty much an auto win as long as it doesn't die. Because it has resummon, has decent damage. Especially compared to options we had prior. Because before, we were going to have to, like, true damage poke the entire thing down very slowly. Now we have a lot of bulkiness, a lot of things that can end up running through it ultimately. Also, we're already at 3 kills, nice. Hello, Tyrion! Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, we finally finished Tears of the Kingdom today. And wow, was the game good. Yeah, we finally finished out the storyline. Which means we'll move on to other games soon. Probably Darkest Dungeon 2 next week. I played it once the day it launched, the 1.0 version, and I have not played it since. And I've been really hyped for that game. Yeah, I barely played it since it launched like 2 weeks ago or whatever it was. I think it was 2 Mondays ago, right? Was it last Monday or 2 Mondays ago? I don't remember at this point. But yeah, we're going to do that starting next Tuesday. Try to get some progress on that throughout the week. Probably do like Tuesday or Thursday or something. Not sure about the weekend yet. We still have that whole game to go through. Because we barely even started. The only section I did in that game so far is we played through the same section that we did during the beta. And that's it. I have not played any further than that quite yet. You just got home and the Phoenix event and got 39 shinies. That's a lot. Also, isn't that one the starter Pokemon? Isn't that starter fire Pokemon that turns into like a fox-like thing? Almost like a fox with a wand, kind of. Not really. Oh, that one Firefox. I literally just call it Firefox because that's what it reminds me of. If they made the Firefox logo into a Pokemon. Hello, Logic Slayer. Welcome, welcome. How are we doing on kills? Because I have not been keeping track at all. 3. Okay, still got a ways to go. That makes sense. We're not even 3 minutes in. 3 and 3. I'm not sure why, but I feel like it feels so weird compared to before. Because our luck on these lately has pretty much been the exact inverse as before. Because before they had a diminishing return, so obviously the later ones would take longer and the earlier ones would be quicker. Despite them all being even, I feel like we're having the inverse effect happen. Maybe it just feels like that because it used to take longer at that end. But I feel like the initial ones are taking longer to obtain. And then we're just getting crazy lucky on the second half. And it might just feel like that if we're comparing it to what it was before. Because the second half before would always, by design, be less lucky. Because your chance would actually be actively lower, whereas now it's the even chance. So comparatively to before, the second half feels like it's going quicker. Because it actually is. Whereas the second half is technically going slower, because it actually is. Which is probably the only reason why it actually feels like that, rather than it actually being so. We should be at 4 right now, which means we're actually below where we should be at this point. At this point, we should have 5 or 6. This might be our highest time yet. I think the highest time we had so far this week was 7 minutes, 30 seconds? Or was it 8? We were at the halfway at 4. Which means if we go at this rate, it's going to take 8 minutes. But now we get to see, is the second half actually going to be quicker? Because if it's done before 8-minute mark, then it definitely will be. I was like, gosh, we get so much XP while doing this too. The bigger number, not the class XP. Of course, because we have no class on the team. Actually, didn't we just gain a level to stream too? 100823. Slowly but surely, we shall get to level 2000. I'm in no rush to get there, but we will eventually hit it. 2000 effectively in Gems of War is max level. It does keep going. But for all intents and purposes, as far as how many stats you have and everything, 2,000 is essentially max. Especially for how long it takes to go from 2,000 to 3,000 to get the extra stat. You're basically maxed at 2,000. Which we should have almost like every super completionist thing done by then. Like by the time we're level 2,000, we'll probably have every pet maxed, we'll have every weapon maxed, we'll have every troop maxed. Actually, we're pretty much already at that point right now. And all those kind of things. Because right now we have a lot of them, but not necessarily max. Like we have every weapon, or that you can own currently. We have every pet except one, but they're not necessarily maxed yet. But that's for later time. Oh, the new orb system they did last December. That should make it a lot easier than it was before, that's for sure. Which is gonna be nice. Wow, we're on Earth for all these things. We've killed 5, right? 5, 6, 5? We're at like 1 kill a minute. This is the slowest we've ever had. It's on track to be like 8.5 to 9 minutes. Where did all of our grounds go? My next crown. I actually want to see how many more crowns we have left. Because this is the unluckiest we've ever gotten here. Do they exist? Where are they? You scared away all the crown. There's no way I have them all right now. 0 chance. Yeah, we're halfway. Wow. We're on track for 14 minutes. Oh no. We were getting it done by this time on most days. Oh, this is gonna be like an ultra outlier. Guess we've just been getting lucky on the other days. Oh, there we go. 6. 4 left. Yeah, that's kind of insane. Who knows? Maybe we'll get all 4 in a row right now. A full 180. Technically, the second half would be quicker if we get it done before the 14-minute mark. That means the second half was quicker than the first half. Oh no, we got a mythic here. It's not ideal. It's the only problem with this team. Luckily, it doesn't have to do it that often. Oh, it does slow it down ever so slightly. There we go. Chest, luckily no mimic, as we actually don't want to see a mimic there when we're doing this. Oh, it hurts even more when you get it during a Palooza. Which 2 weekends from now, soon. Alright, 3 more left. Yeah, this is on track for 10 minutes plus. That's not ideal. There we go. Second half always coming through. 2 more left. No, oh, actually, I do want to check this merchant. They're both bad. Actually, I'm not even sure why I took the white pet food. It's twice as expensive as the color pet food. It's not worth it. Not sure why I clicked on that. But oh well. Also, I have more white pet food than I even remotely know what to do with. I don't even grind for it, and we just have, like, infinite white. Oh, Dragonite. We used to need you. Not anymore, unfortunately. Well, I guess fortunately. Just not unfortunately. That's actually fortunately. Also, hello, Supernova. I think we have 1 more left. Let me just double check on it. Just to make sure. Yeah, 1 more left. Just making sure. But yeah, wow, 10 minutes to get it done today. Hello, Jonian! Welcome, welcome. All good, Supernova. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. We are currently struggling to find a single crown. It's like pre-nerf crowns all over again. There we go, finally! But yeah, look, second half quicker again. It took about 10 minutes. Wow, that is the longest it has taken us yet. But the second half took us 3 minutes. The first half took us 7 minutes. That is insane. We were getting it quicker than 7 minutes for the entire 10. And our first half took that long today. Wow, that was unlucky. Ah, there we go. Are we ready for Guild War? Yeah, I'm pretty ready for Guild War. The only team I'm switching up is our yellow Guild War. I believe is the only team I lost with last week. And I'm switching it out for a Bork team. I haven't actually adjusted it yet. But I plan on doing something along the lines of a Bork right there. Might orb him too if he comes in earlier during the week. It depends when Yellow Day is. If Yellow Day falls early in the week, I'm probably going to orb him once. Which will waste us of small blue, but it'll give him some more stats. Or I might just keep him as is, we'll see. And if he falls later in the week, then he should be maxed on his own when we get it from the pass thingy. But yeah, that's pretty much the game plan. I might even run it with mech, we'll see. And kind of run it like this. And if we do, yellow mechs that are good, that isn't Ironhawk. Yeah, I don't think we can. I think we still have to stick with the Rope Dart Upastep combo. And just go all in on Bork, hope he goes quick enough and go from there. Biggest issue with Bork is he only has 25% reduction compared to Gorgulfa's 75%. But he has so much more mana accumulation that it kind of makes up for it. The biggest issue, though, is it's not going to have this 20% or even 10% next week. It's probably going to have 0%. So we probably are going to need a Mythic it. And hopefully it'll be later in the week so we can do it without wasting a blue orb. Just so we can get that little bit extra power in there. That's probably going to be the game plan. Not sure if we'll run exactly like this, but time will tell. Should also probably change the banner. Actually, no, that banner's kind of fine. The biggest issue is I can't get a +1. As I don't believe we have anything that can, unless you can off this. No. I was hoping you have like a +1 brown or something here. Dispel is good, but it depends what team we're up against on if Dispel actually does anything in that context. But yeah, we'll revamp it a little bit. We'll see. But my plan is to try to run Bork for Yellow Day and see how it goes down. And even incorporate it into Brown Day if we really wanted to. But if we do it on Brown, we can actually do a Tina 9000. And you can double up on it, so we could kind of do like a Hero, Bork, double Tina 9000 kind of team with mech class. Which, you know, we might try out next week. We'll see. We'll have to see. Unfortunately, they're not going to have the 20% bonus like they had this week. Because this week was 10% to all Donna, 10% to all mechs. And if this was during Guild War, we definitely would have had to have tried that. But unfortunately, these bonuses will not be applied next week. It doesn't actually have a timer here, but they do expire in 6 hours and 29 minutes. And we'll have some different bonuses for next week. Likely related to Stormheim. If I had to guess, it's probably Stormheim plus Giants. So using Titan next week will probably be a bit stronger than normal. Because that will give Titan 20% extra bonus if that is the case. We don't know if those will be the 2 bonuses, but if it is, that'll make Titan very strong. Anyways, let me go get rid of this timer. Let me go bring back the orb number. Though I'm not sure how much orbs are really going to be hunting today, but we'll see. If nothing else, we get some orbs from the claim when we go finish out dungeons. Speaking of which, let me go do that right now. We only have 1 more dungeon to go crawl through. Technically 3, but, you know, as far as getting our rewards, we only have 1 left, so let's go do that one. We're currently running the same team we've been running for quite some time now. Hiking Iron Gut, Thrall, Zolgoth, Leprechaun. We covered a whole video on it on Friday going over all of them. If you need to copy-paste for any level range or cheaper or more expensive ones. But, you know, just standard Iron Gut, Zolgoth. Great combo. One of the strongest things in all of Underworld. And works out very quickly. Now we're just running this through the faction, and that should be all rewards. Which is actually kind of surprising. This place has so much multiplier that we actually got it done on 220. Normally it takes until about 230 to end up getting them all done. But we're getting it whole floor earlier because of the really high multiplier that this dungeon has compared to other kingdoms. Or this delve has, I should say. Oh, nice. We got the skull kill. Always nice to see when Zolgoth actually hits with skulls. Because sometimes it's mostly just for the insta-kill. But other times his skulls actually land. Honestly, in most situations, this skull is just an extra benefit. It's not even the primary reason you necessarily cast them in many situations. Like, ideally you'll hit with them, but even if they don't, you're still getting so much value from it that it barely matters. And the extra turn skulls make it even better, and even if it doesn't, it freezes them, so you're going to lose their turn anyways, assuming they don't have immune. You meet all the Death Knight class teams? Oh gosh. Yeah, Death Knight's an interesting one with the Death Mark mechanic. The biggest issue with it is how luck-based it is overall. It is a funny mechanic, because 4 times Death Mark honestly isn't that bad. It's also one of the few hero classes that actually want to try dying out, unlike many others that normally want to live forever. Or tank forever. Because Death Knight's kind of the opposite, where it pretty much wants to die as quickly as possible while getting as much value while it's around. Plays quite a bit differently than the average hero. Oh, you have immune to Devour, don't you? Oh no, I have 0 attack! No! Yeah, that's not immune to Devour, that's just 0 attack value. Oh no. Well, we'll do that. Imagine if we actually Deathmark killed. You know what, I'm just gonna throw it down as damage. 101 still a pretty big hit. There we go. Who needs Devour? Let's keep poking them at 100 damage at a time. That's a treasure room, so we'll take that one last. I'll catch you later, Chad! See you next week. Alright, we'll throw that down onto you. Boom. Get the Zolgoth. Boom. Get our whole destroy over there. You can get the Zolgoth back up. And you know what? It's actually slightly quicker to do Iron Gut. The main reason for that is you don't have to wait for the board control. So you don't have to wait for all the cascades and everything else to actually take into their position. Yeah, there's a few funny teams that try to kill themselves out that are pretty strong. One of the other ones is Lust plus Firebomb. Like, that and Death Knight related teams are probably the two biggest ones for, like, it tries to die, but still does value when it does so. Deathmark as a mechanic is in a little bit of a weird position this next couple of weeks, though. Because currently, of course, we're in a campaign that has a Deathmark gem. And one weird mechanic that Deathmark has is when you Deathmark something that's already Deathmark, it gives them 1 turn of immunity. Basically, when you Deathmark something, the turn specifically after they are Deathmarked, they cannot be instantly killed. The big issue with this, that they still haven't changed to this day, is every single time you reapply Deathmark, that 1 turn delay is reapplied. So even if they've already been Deathmarked for 5 turns, they will still be re-immune to Deathmark if you apply another Deathmark to them. Which is just really strange. Like, it makes sense that the first one gives them immunity. Like, you know, the first turn after they get Deathmark, just to make sure they don't, like, insta-Deathmark. Oh gosh, double ingot. But it doesn't make sense why every single subsequent one, when they already are, gives them immunity. I really understood that. Also, wow, that is a bad roll. At least we got a purple orb in there, but, gosh, double ingot. Not the number I want to be updating, but there we go. There we go. That was a pretty average loot for that. Oh, let's go open some Volkies to make up for that. Before we do, though, we got dungeons. I think that's the last thing we need to clear, too. Oh, yeah, we'll stay. Oh, is it time to play Guess That Door? Ah, it's time to play Guess That Door. It is Guess That Door time, starring the 3 doors. 4, 5, and 6. Let's see. Guess That Door. There we go. 4... 5. An extra code if we get it right. 6. Alright, go. Which one is it tonight? The top 3 are Ascending Stairs, a King Mongo, and a Mimic. Also, it's Sunday, so make sure to actually buy this, because I always forget about this ever since they switched this menu. I never forgot about it in the old menu, but for whatever reason, this new menu, I keep forgetting it. Like every other Sunday, I think I've accidentally skipped this, but it is always worth getting on Sunday. I don't even need diamonds anymore, which is one of the biggest loots you get from this. But there's so much overall value here, I still end up getting them. They're technically worth it every single day, but Sunday they are exceedingly worth it compared to their normal value. Now, we're getting a lot of 6s tonight. Interesting. Is there anything on Adventure Board today? Some shards. I guess we'll drop it real quick. Might as well. We'll do it with the one-shot Magnesia. I mean, not Magnesia. I mean, one-shot Diamantina. Also, I don't feel like I've been using Diamantina that much since she's released, or, you know, since we've had access to using her. It's such a strong option that I feel like I don't use particularly often. Like, we use it, like, almost every other day. But compared to how much I use Phoenicia, I don't feel like I use it as much, oddly enough, despite it actually being stronger in most situations. Probably because it's a team type we've already had for so long, so it doesn't really feel like something new. There's basically just a higher damage range of it. Also, I don't feel like most teams utilize the fact that it uses 6 colors. Like, yes, it does, but Like, I don't feel like I ever utilize it in a way that it's like the last slot on a team. It's always like pretty high up there just to soak in as much mana as possible, get that quick kill, and, you know, just win from there. Never are we using it on a team that's like, oh, a triple proper team, and then like it's plopped in the 4th slot or something. It's always just a team that's like completely centered around it rather than it being used as a utility for the team. But who knows, maybe we'll do that in Guild War this week if we find a good day for it. Also, wow, 6 is winning like by double right now. We're just gonna go for 6 apparently. Everyone wants 6 tonight. We'll click on 6. My bet is on 4. Ah, I would have gotten it. No, that's the second time this week where it was 4 when everyone voted 6. No. Oh well. Let's go clear them out with like Actually, the team we were just on, right? No, Zolgoth. We'll just run Zolgoth. This is a higher range. You can't run that on it. That's the second time this week. 6-1, but it was actually 4. Unfortunate. We'll still enter the code a little bit, though. Oh, why'd I do that? We could have just taken mana. Whoops. Oh, 1 mana short. No, you can't do that. It's not allowed. Luckily, there's no penalty to having deaths in this mode. It's one of several modes where it doesn't matter how much you win by, it just matters that you win. Also, though, hello, Genki! Welcome! And as Genki mentions, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Also, hope everything has been going good on your end. Now, we're going to kill this in case he feels like devouring us. Never mind, he's stealthy. I forgot that's the boss variant of him. I'm not used to that. I just thought that was a normal mimic. Kind of forgot it's the boss variant. Just slightly different than the normal one. Because I don't think the normal one has stealthy, right? Or if he does, he's always on a team with like 4 of the or 3 of the mimics, so it wouldn't even matter. Because I always recall in mimic teams, I'm normally able to target him. No, I needed that mana accumulator. Oh yeah, we haven't released the code yet. Though we will pretty soon. Actually, might as well do it right now. Oh, no extra code since unfortunately we didn't get the perfect. Oh, come on, we even hit def mark there. Oh yeah, I forgot. This was the good room. I keep forgetting that because the stairs is like the worst room you can get because if you accidentally click on it, you move up. Yeah, it's considered a good room, not a bad room. It's basically just a 3rd trap. I haven't misclicked it yet, but you know, I'm eventually going to. But anyways, guys, let me go get you guys the code. Let's see. Let me go dig into our code section. Grab this, grab that, paste you guys this. And there you guys go. Use on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code you found for your settings menu. Redeem codes right over there in chat. It's a couple paste random numbers there, starting with FK. And give same loot as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. Anyways, next order of business. Let's open some Valkies. How many do we have right now? We can also open some of them that we got this weekend. 252. So I gotta try opening 252 keys before June 2nd. Which, yeah, we're definitely gonna get that done. And we're gonna get some of them done right now. And we'll do it with, we'll do it with no, I keep saying Magnesia. I mean the Diamantina team. I really need to go rename the 2 Diamantina teams. Yeah, I'll run it with this. Get any good loot. Some of these are actually the keys we got from the events this week. That we just haven't opened yet. No, not enough damage. We'll just take the Scalpy Skull and kill him out then. Perfect. Good to go. Ooh, the smaller gem drop. Nice to see. The like button is open for smashing, though, thank you. Our main goal at this point is just open some keys then. Still gotta open about another 250 before next Vault event in 2 weeks. These 2 weekends from now, we'll get to go grind those again. Though we are going to have no Paloozas. Like, my goal for next Vault event is like 300 Vault keys or something. We are not going particularly high. Mostly because our Palooza number, we're starting at like a negative number. Because I kind of want to get back to like a baseline of 10 or so. Which means the first several Paloozas we might actually farm, might not even be used. Though most of those will probably be farmed off-stream. Like, the ones we get on-stream we'll probably use. But the ones off-stream are probably just being held until the following Vault event. Because we completely depleted the resources last time we went all out on the 1,000. We pretty much zeroed out our Paloozas. And next Vault event, we're just going to have to restore them. Hello, Sushi Ninja! Welcome, welcome. I was not sure why I took those skulls. Well, we still got the mana from it, so I guess it worked out. Also, not a single good orb tonight. Come on, we gotta get at least one. And of course, tomorrow we'll be covering a recap video on all the things happening next week. And the most noteworthy one is they finally made, I mentioned it earlier to stream for any of you just getting here now. Oh, nice, a good orb finally. Unfortunately, it's the worst version of it, but there we go. But yeah, they actually buffed the team we have available for the trials next week. They made it, like, actually not useless. They give us Hindla, which has summon and good damage. They give us Valkyrie for mana accumulation into it. They gave us 2 different tanks. Like, they actually gave us a half-decent team. Like, it's not the best team you could make out of that kingdom, but it's good enough to function. Unlike whatever on Earth they had earlier. I'm not sure why they made so many of them so bad to begin with, though. Because now they're going to probably have to fix, like, half of them. And go back and be like, should probably make this team less horrible. I'm not sure what they were thinking with some of those teams initially, though. Because it made absolutely no sense what they had. You'll drop a code in our stream if we can get to 30 likes. I'm not sure if we can. We currently have 30 people here. And not everyone has the capability to like. Wait, did you just... Oh, never mind. Gnomes that run away during a vault, or when you're opening a vault key, you actually still get the loot for them. Like, you'll see here, one of them ran away, but we still get 4 loot. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the only game mode in the game where a gnome running away, or a gnome equivalents, still gives you the loot. It's a leftover mechanic when vault keys used to be way rarer than they are now. It's kind of weird that it's like that. Hey, a vault key in our vault key. The Broken Spiral one utilizes burning, and there's 2 things would mean the burning. Yeah, that sounds like exactly something they would do. The teams are probably randomly generated like the World event is? I'm not sure. Because some of them actually had like a somewhat coherent team structure. But yeah, then a lot of the other ones had like nothing. But the reason I don't think it was completely random is because none of them had broken options. Like, it's not like we had like a mythic in any of them, or a good legend. Like, not a single one even had the good legend from the kingdom. And if they were randomly generated, we would have gotten at least like 1 or 2 of them, or multiple of them that had it. Salty could have made a better team. Oh no. That's so true. Oh gosh. Yeah, Salty definitely made some composition of troops that you could call a team. It did indeed have 4 troops on it. Like the yellow banner with no yellow troop? True. Yeah, didn't that happen this week? We had like a double color banner, but one of them, the yellow off the yellow red, wasn't used. Do you think Salty is the reason that Palooza released like it was? I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of weird good and bad things that happen because of Salty. And technically, that's one of the good things. Because Palooza to this day is still the most broken thing in this entire game. Like, it's pretty much the entire economy of the game, aside from Tribute. It's one of the reasons why it's possible to even play the game 100% free-to-play. As well as quickly catch up if you haven't played the game for ages. Because they basically buffed Vault Event, even after like 3 nerfs, by like 20%, or 20 times what it was before. Like, the average Vault Event pre-Palooza, you could expect like 10 to 20 Vault Keys. That same equivalence of time is now about 200 to 1,000 Vault Keys. So, a little bit of a difference. Going from like 10 to 20 to 200 to 1,000 for the same amount of time. And that's after Vault Keys have gotten buffed a couple times within that time. Between it directly getting buffed with 20% extra, as well as the Orb update that happened last December. Which I'm surprised they did that. That was one of the more surprising patches we've had recently. Just them massively buffing the entirety of Orbs out of nowhere. And ironically, it's probably one of the better patches we had all last year, despite it being the last little mini patch of the year. Which I guess is not a good sign for what other patches we had that year. If a little mini patch at the end was the best thing we got. Or at least I feel so. Because it made Orbs fun again. Of course, for newer players, they already were. But for people who already had most everything, it made Orbs always pretty much have a good option. Because there will always be a demand for things like Glory Orbs, Pet Orbs, stuff like that. Because there's always going to be new ones that you need to go max. And worst comes to worst, it'll just save you thousands of gems or souls. But the pet ones save you more so gems. The other ones save you more so a billion hours of grinding. Because it was so slow getting those tokens. It still is if you need it for lower rarity stuff. But at least now the higher rarity stuff, particularly mythics, can be done substantially quicker than before. At least through the orb system. Did you see the Broken Spire comment? Yeah, I saw the Broken Spire comment. I even commented on it. That the 2 immune to burns while having a burn team. Let's see. We'll take that one over. Okay, we need mana. The problem is Leprechaun's blocking. That's the only really bad thing that happens when he ends up casting. Because now we're in a kind of awkward spot. Wait, how did he die? Wait, what? What mechanic did we have that just hit him? Wait. Wait, what hit him? Oh, you were talking about life. All good. No worries. How goes the promotion? They're running for office and their slogan was, make orbs fun again. Yeah, gosh, that's something we have to deal with in America for the next year, won't we? Next year and a half is going to be just like straight election stuff every single week. So far, I've been completely ignoring it this time around. I'm not even sure everyone who's running it, other than the very obvious ones. Hey, purple orb. Overall, I think the only good orb we got all night was a single glory, and it was a minor glory. It wasn't even a good one. So pretty bad overall loot from Vault Keys tonight. I haven't even hit the 300 gem a single time, I don't think, tonight. But in all fairness, this is a kind of rare drop. Though when you're opening this many keys, it's not that rare. I'm not sure its actual drop rate. I want to say like 1 in 40, 1 in 30, somewhere around there. Maybe 1 in 50. I don't have exact data on it. They're all guesstimations based on how it feels. But somewhere around there. We should probably keep track at some point, like what every single drop is. I'm pretty sure someone already has the data mine list though. It'll just be more convenient finding that, as I highly doubt they've tweaked it much since the last time it's been data mined. If even at all. Yeah, but at least now we know they might rework them beforehand, which is great news going forward. Because now absolutely any single one of them that we know is going to be horrible could potentially get reworked before we have to deal with it. Or at least deal with it for the higher level range. So overall, it's not that bad, to be honest. Lester Ginky. No. Lester. Naughty. You feel partially responsible for the rework? I'm pretty sure it's everyone complaining on forum has actually moved the needle for once. Because I haven't really been looking at the forum, but if I had to guess, there has been at least 1,000 comments in the last week related to the trials. I don't even need to look at the forum to know that's about the number that has been posted across every forum post. There's probably like 7 different posts, many of them on the update one, at least 5 people making their own posts, and one other one that kind of combines into some other posts. And they're all saying something about how awful trials are. Or ways to fix it, or how on earth did this happen? Honestly, I don't mind trials. I like the fun challenge of it. But the teams they gave us, most of them, not all of them, but a good majority of them are just abysmal. But I like the premise of it. It's just the actual execution of it was pretty bad. But the premise of it was good. They had the right idea, just they implemented it pretty horribly. But I do enjoy epic trials when it's balanced. Like the Todd one we had, I found that kind of fun. Like the one we had this week with the Adana one, that was pretty fun. Also absurdly easy, probably the easiest one we had yet because the insta-kill mechanic. But like last week's one, no, that was horrible. It was like the worst one yet. And once you get them done, you never have to do them again, assuming you max the pet. Which, now that I think about that, that doesn't mean we're going to have to do the Kedar one over again. Because the compensation 3 orbs they gave, I'm saving for other pets. I'm not going to bother using on the Starry pet. So it will actually be the only kingdom now I'll have to do it twice for. Kedar, as well as many other people probably if they're using their orbs for other things from the compensation. Because you weren't able to buy them that week, and then they gave us the 3 orb compensation, but it's not really worth using them on Starry pets compared to other cosmetic pets. Making it the only one we'll ever have to do twice. No one likes the essence of Arena. Oh no, the biggest issue with Arena is it is based around a very old system. Like, we are talking, like, 2015 Gems of War. Like, we're talking a game state that was over 8 years ago at this point. And it's pretty dated. It's also a game state that was probably the least popular Gems of War ever was, based on player base number and everything. Like, they basically have a mode based on the least popular gameplay that Gems of War ever had. Which is not ideal. Because that's basically the game in 2015, and that was the year of the lowest player number the game ever had. Until it started gaining a bunch over time. Because that was before all the funner mechanics. And of course, while it still gets updated with troops, the stat lines and everything else is still balanced around that lower range. Come on, at least one big orb tonight. We're all going to open 8 more, probably. But it's not going to give us anything good. Yeah, Arena does have some choice. Just not a lot of choice, unless you want to reroll like crazy. Like, you normally get enough choice to win, but you always don't get enough choice to necessarily win quickly. I think the biggest issue Arena has had over time is there are so many troops that are just super auto-win, and if the enemy has them and you don't, you kind of just auto-lose. Because the power creep between the weakest and strongest Arena options are just so high now compared to what it was back in the day when Arena was first structured. Because back then, the best and worst options were a lot more balanced as far as the power creep between the two. Nowadays, it is like a single best troop, like top 5% troop for Arena, can solo an entire 4 team of average troops. There's that big of a disparity between power. And if you don't get those good ones and the enemy does, yeah, you kind of just lose a lot of times. You just get really lucky or outplay them really hard. Hello, Marcella! Welcome, welcome. Which means in a lot of those situations, you just have to re-roll into a better team and not even bother fighting them out until you get at least one of those good options. What are the spoilers for next week? We went over them at the beginning of the stream. But the most relevant thing is they buffed the trial troops for next week, so it's not going to be a horrible team. It's actually like capable of winning. So they buffed the trials. We have Guild War going on, and we have the end of the Kingdom Pass going on for Erdana. Those are probably the most noteworthy things happening next week. Hope I opened an extra key. I meant to stop at 190. Okay, we'll go open this one. Let's see, anything good? Come on, big orb, big orb. Oh, that small orb. Anything in it? No! Oh, gosh. We're just too unlucky tonight. Tribute, any good? Nope, pretty average. I can't really complain. It's still a 27 tribute, 26 gems. It's still insanely high. I'm just so used to how high it is now. But 26 gems just for clicking a button, still insanely good. We're almost back at 40,000 gems again. Not sure what we're really saving them for. I guess maybe 7.0 in case they add like a gigantic gem sink again. Which, you never know. They might not. You don't really know until it happens. But anyways, guys, any other questions? Anything you want me to go over? Otherwise, we will be back tomorrow night, same time as always. You guys know the drill, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Our game plan for tomorrow night is to, of course, do all of the campaign. We've actually been having PvP a lot of times for this, so hopefully we'll have some passive ones this time, so we don't necessarily have to go do PvP. But of course, these are quicker than ever, so that's nice. We'll be messing with the trials for the buffed, or now buffed, Stormheim. Actually, did they make those changes immediately? Or is it still the previous team? No, it's still the previous team. Look at that. Let me screenshot it, just for memory's sake. But yeah, this is the awful team we currently have access to, and tomorrow it's going to be something completely different. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait till tomorrow to go see that. Well, we already know what it is, but, you know, to actually be able to utilize it, we'll have to wait till tomorrow. And we'll definitely get all those done. We should be able to do all of them. It should be pretty easy. We have 7 battles. Well, 2 here, but, you know, 7 total. And it honestly shouldn't be that hard with the new composition. The final battle might still be a little bit annoying. But compared to what we had, it is going to be way easier, that is for sure. Yeah, we'll focus on those for tomorrow. Because we don't have Guild War tomorrow. We're going to have that through the rest of the week. So I want to get most of those objectives done tomorrow night. And that's pretty much the game plan then. Anyways, guys, enjoy your week. We'll have the video going up tomorrow going over Soulforge and, all the other things going on throughout the week. A nice little summary video as we always do every Monday. And I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone, and enjoy your week.